Coach Bailey,
Yep.
what are you seeing out of your group in camp so far?
The biggest thing I see out of the group, man, I see those guys working. We asked a lot of our players this fall camp. Obviously, we're out here in the conditions. It's hot. And, we knew that this is going to be a year where we have to improve and we're looking to get better and really take that next step as a position group. And so the biggest thing I've noticed about all the guys is just that working mentality. These guys are out here straining. They're out here fighting. And that's the biggest thing that I noticed from the group right now.
Where's your leadership come from?
So our leadership in our room comes from Junior. It also comes from Richie. Those are the two guys that, obviously had the most playing experience in our room. Those are kind of the two guys that I lean on the most to convey the messages from myself to the group. They've taken on that role with having, Quincy move on. They kind of stepped into that role more. And, obviously we need that. We need that in our position. And they've been doing a really, really good job so far.
One thing I've noticed in camp, fewer drops than I've seen. I've covered a lot of these now.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a coaching point of emphasis? Is that getting better players?
Mm-hmm.
What do you attribute that to?
I think it's definitely, obviously I think it's, you're going to harp on those things. Catching the football is what we do. I think that's something that, you're always going to continue to work on as a wide receiver. But I also think, too, those guys are just more comfortable having been in the offense year two. I think that's a product of those guys now not worrying about what to do, how to line up. They kind of know those things. They're able to now focus on the defenses, focus on the looks that they're getting defensively, and which is freeing their mind up. They're not worried about, hey, what players are we running? What formations are we in? They're able to think a whole lot less and really focus in on the football. And obviously, one of the biggest things coming out of last year was we wanted to be more explosive in the pass game. And so just having that as a point of emphasis, obviously catching the ball is a huge part of that.
How deep will you go in terms of usable game guys? So maybe guys that would get 10 snaps or more in a typical game.
You know what? Where we are right now, going into this fall camp, my goal was basically to say, how many of our guys can we get game ready? We want to get as many guys as we can game ready. We want to put whoever we have out there that's going to give us an opportunity to win. So if that's 5 guys, that's 5 guys. If that's 7 guys, that's 7, and so on and so forth. And so I don't want to put a limit on that. Obviously, we have a lot of different guys that bring a lot of really good, they have a lot of talent, different skill sets that they can bring to help us win. And we want to utilize those guys that earn that right to be out there on the field. So no limit on that. We're just, where I'm at right now, say, my mindset is like, how many of these guys can I get game ready?
How does Trey Richardson change the dynamic of your group?
The biggest thing that everybody notices with Trey is obviously his explosive speed. One thing about Trey that also, in addition to his speed, is that he's very, very, very smart. He came in here and learned the offense extremely fast. We're able to move him around a lot, which is great for us because we can be creative offensively and try to create mismatches. But I would say his speed first, and then just his football intelligence second.
How much do you think you'll get to use Martell on your side?
Man, I hope as much as I can. Obviously Martell's a great playmaker. When we made the decision to, utilize him on offense more, of course, as you know, as a position coach, I was super excited. My mind just kind of went all over the place with all the different things we can do. He's also a football guy. I'm very, very impressed with just his football intelligence, having been knowing everything that he knows on defense, but just how fast he came on the offense. He came to me, he said, Coach, I know you guys initially are going to start off with me in like a limited role, but I want to know everything. I want to be able to run routes. I want to be able to block on the perimeter. I don't want to just be a guy that comes in the room and, you give me 5 or 6 plays and that's it. He wants to have an expanded role on offense. But as far as excitement, as you guys can imagine, you see him on those in the return game. He's super duper explosive. We feel like if we can just generate some space for him, get him in space and get him the ball and let him do his thing, So we're super excited about him.
Thank you.
Yeah, questions for Dontae Carter?
Year 2, how much more comfortable are you in the system than you were this time a year ago?
I'm sorry, one more time?
How much more comfortable are you in the system than you were as a freshman a year ago?
I say we don't really use comfortable, but I say just picking up the language and understanding the defense. I picked it up a lot and have made reaching to my highest point. So say, yeah.
2 guys before you who played forever at those safety spots. What have you guys done as a team to adjust to them being gone?
CJ and DeRicky.
Yeah.
Yeah, CJ and DeRicky, they were incredible players. They were the face of Vandy. And just coming in as a young guy and under that belt, DeRicky, man, he was like nothing but a big bro. Like he knew the game. He knew everything about the game, and it was just one of those things that I had just learned from him because he was really smart, and CJ as well, like a dominant football player. So I say taking on the role to just try to make a even bigger impact than they did. That's the kind of challenge that we have for the safeties right now. So that's pretty much all.
How's your brother Boog doing?
He's been doing good. Yeah, he's getting ready for his football season. I appreciate you for asking.
Nice. What's your relationship with Portland like? You guys are competing for playing time, but he's also like one of the older team leaders. How does that dynamic work?
Marlon Jones or Marlon Sewell?
Sorry.
Marlon Sewell?
Yeah.
I mean, all of our relationships are good in the safety room. We all just competing to be the guy this year. We just all brothers in the room. It's no hate, no nothing. We just want the best for each other, and we push each other every single day to strive to have more and just be better for each other every day in practice.
The situation with your brother last year, that had to be difficult to play through. Playing ball first year on campus. How did you manage all that?
Really just my teammates. Like, this is just a big brotherhood, and just having all the coaches and like it's just different when you have help here with you and your brothers. Because honestly, I was out of I wasn't even. It was messed up. Like it's a feeling that you can't even explain for real. But just having your teammates that have your back and they uplift you every single day, and seeing those guys come to work as well, it gives you some type of motor. And then also on the back end, because you can't really feel sorry for what's going on at home, you just got to really motivate your family. So I'm home away, so I got to do it for them. So I just turning the downfall into more confidence and playing with a chip. So
all set?
Thank you.
For Isaia Glass.
I know early in camp you guys had a lot of pre-snap penalties and things. That was a source of frustration for your coaches. Today looked like a much cleaner day. Is it just you guys like you knowing the system, knowing the snap count just better than you did 2 weeks ago?
No, I mean, we know the snap count in beginning of fall camp. We should have been good from the jump. Just a lack of focus. There's so much going on. We're getting out there and losing focus, but just a matter of getting back to what we know. We should have been good, and just being consistent and handling it as we go on.
What do you say? What goes into lack of focus?
I mean, it's football. You know what I'm saying? We're at a high level. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of defenses. We have really good defense, so but that's part of a game. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be mature. We have a lot of older guys, and like I said, we got to take accountability of ourselves and just keep locking in, staying focused, like I said, and we'll be good.
New coach, new system. What have been the challenges for you to learn all those things?
I mean, it's really not too big of a challenge. I mean, everywhere is all the same stuff. It's all the same schematics. It's just different verbiage a lot of times. So, like I said, it was good being here for spring ball. I feel like I kind of got all the new stuff out the way now, and now it's just building onto it.
How much chemistry do you guys have in that room? I mean, with so many of you being you from different places.
Yeah. Even though there's a lot of new guys, I feel like this may be the most chemistry I've had in the O-line. And it's just because big credit is to Coach K, but I mean, we work hard. I feel Coach K takes pride in us being the hardest working unit in the country, and I feel like there's a lot of truth to that. And so I feel like we've grown through just the trials and tribulations of just off season and whatnot. We're here every day, 6:15, working meetings. We're doing extra meetings. It's a good group. I love this group. We're so different, but we're all so close. So I feel like there's no issues with that.
What's the player leadership dynamic like, and who are the leaders in your room?
It's hard. Like I said, I feel like this group is unique because of how many older guys we have. So I feel like there's not one guy that just takes control. I feel like we have so many older vets that we kind of just know what it is. We know the standard. Coach K sets the standard for the union, and we just hold it.
You guys have got to be one of the oldest offensive line units in the country, if not the oldest. What are the bonuses of being in that kind of a spot?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just a lot of games played. Obviously, this is SEC, but I feel like it helps having a lot of games and plays under your belt. And so, you know what I'm saying, when you go out there, you're not too worried about other stuff. You've seen a lot of different looks, seen a lot of different defenses, and you just go out there and play your game.
I'm sure you had your choice of places when you hit the portal, but why did you pick this one?
Vanderbilt's on the rise, man. There was something special here. I think the first day I got called by them, Diego and Seti both hit me up right away. They both DM'd me and whatnot. We started talking. I already knew Chase Mitchell prior, just from previous interactions, and then Cade McConnell hit me up, and they just started getting on me. It was my first visit I took, and I was only here for a day. And it was just the vision. I saw it. Coach Lee, he's so real. He's not extra. He's not trying to put on the front for you. Either you want to be here or not. And like I said, for my last year, I could have went a lot of places, obviously, but I want to go somewhere I can win. And like I said, this group is so unique, man. Like I said, I love the guys, and it was an easy choice.
The Union, where does that name come from?
That's Coach K. Coach K always talks about 40 years of tradition. He started it, and we just carried on. Coach Nady, our assistant O-line coach, he was part of the Union when he played for Coach K at Nevada. And yeah, the Union, we just got a certain standard we uphold. Like I said, Coach K says we're the hardest-working O-line in the country, and I feel like I said, I told you, there's a lot of truth to that. I feel like there's not very little O-lines in the country that meet more than us, that go over all the details as much as us, that work as much as us. Like I said, I truly believe it. It's not something that we throw around, and it's something that we take pride in. And like I said, the Union, it's a standard that's high, but we all have to work our best to reach it.
All set? Great.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.